What's up, yo? It's your boy Winston Wolf. I'm back. I just want to do a quick video. Peacemaker episode 8. I think it's episode 8. Doesn't really matter. This show, after the first 2 or 3 episodes, turned into absolute garbage because of this forced diversity character, the daughter of Amanda Waller, with her soap opera level acting, and that's insulting soap opera actors. Okay, soap opera actors are Sir Laurence Olivier compared to this fat pile of nothing garbage. But I just want you to take a little clip of this new episode. I want you to watch this just to see what I'm talking about.
I read your file, Chris. It was an accident. You were a child. Don't forgive me. That's fine. But stop.
Don't blame yourself. You were a child. Yo, I hope this is James Gunn trolling everybody. I hope this was James Gunn being like, okay, you want all these boxes checked. You want the same-sex couple. You want the overweight chick. You want the woman of color. You want somebody with an African last name. So I'm hoping that's what this is. He just put it all in one person instead of spreading it out and making this show even more painful, and was just put it all in one person just to be a jerk and just to point out how sorry and pitiful, and cast this nothing actress. And I don't even want to call her an actress because that's insulting anybody female that's ever tried to act, period. Because this robot, you could have just typed in the dialogue to one of those computer voice things and probably had more emotion and, better execution than this slob. She just straight up, in this whole last episode, as you will know or you already know, is pretty much, it's about her. It's about her. I mean, the show says Peacemaker, but let's be real. They've turned this into forcing this nothing character down all of our throats. And which is crazy is that there's 3 other. There's Vigilante, there's the guy with the glasses, and then there's James Gunn's wife. The blonde chick, I don't know what her name is. But all those other characters are far more interesting. They're far better actors and actresses than her. But yet, why is this one taking the spotlight? Why is it? Oh, we know why. It's the same reason why everything else sucks. It's the same reason why Star Wars, Marvel, it's the same reason why all these things that we loved and used to be A1 have turned into absolute trash. Because they want to force this agenda, social justice. And it's crazy that all this social justice warrior stuff, it's on the decline. But, in their last breaths, they are trying to save it. They are trying to have some kind of lasting statement of their garbage movement. And yeah, it's going to last forever because people for years are going to be like, man, do you remember that 5-6 year period where just everything was just so lame and unreasonable and nonsensical because we had to check all these boxes. We had to make these worthless groups happy that don't spend any money. They don't contribute creatively or positively to anything, but yet we have to cater to them. Man, that was a terrible time. So that's the only mark they're going to leave. It's going to be just like, Hitler or something like that. I mean, not to make light of that situation, but I'm just saying, not all things that people remember are good things, obviously. And this is going to be one of those. This is going to be a very bad time for everybody where they're going to look back and be like, oh my God. It's going to be like I remember in the early 2000s when all of a sudden, I think it was because Cameron was wearing a lot of pink stuff. So you'd go in stores like Champs Foot Locker and it'd be like, a Michigan shirt or a Lakers shirt. But no matter what team it was, they had pink shirts of everything. And at the time, I was like, I don't care. I don't care if that's what's going on. I don't care if that's the hot new trend. I ain't wearing no pink shirt. And then now, how many years later you look back and you're like, I'm glad I didn't jump on that trend. I'm glad I wasn't walking around wearing pink outfits just because people were saying this is it. But this is a whole nother level of that. This is a whole nother level of just embarrassment, of cringeworthy garbage. But let's just talk about this show. It's, like I said, they lost me after 2 or 3 episodes. This is no different. They had a giant space cow or something that they had to kill. Wow. Half of this episode is them outside of this barn where that space cow is, just in the woods, just waiting to do something. It's And I mentioned it before, the locations are a huge thing that bothers me about this show. It's like they had a super limited budget, so they just reuse sets. You know, they have a bunch of different sets, and you can tell they just, you know, redress the set, but it's the same room. Or they're outside a lot because you don't got to spend any money. You know, to be on some dirt road, you ain't got to spend no money. So why not be there for 15 minutes of a 45-minute show? That makes perfect sense. It's just I understand the idea of this, but the execution, the only thing they got right of this is John Cena playing this role. The guy that plays Vigilante is okay, but the whole act gets really, really tired with him. And then the other two people, James Gunn's wife, the blonde-haired chick, and then the guy with the glasses, they were okay. Everything else, no. This has been, if you think otherwise, then you are easily impressed. You are easily satisfied. Good for you. I wish I could be as simple as you. But this actress, again, I hate using that word, who plays Amanda Waller's daughter, I just hope she doesn't get work. But she will. She'll get work. But if it was up to me, she would never work again. I would ship her off to some other country to where they had no cameras, no internet, no nothing. So I don't have to be reminded of how much time I had to waste watching her attempt to act. Because she's terrible. She is one of the worst actresses I've seen in a long, long time. Garbage. Terrible. Trash juice. Trash water. Trash on a barge on a hot Long Beach day, being, tugboated through other stagnant water. I don't know how I can describe how terrible and how garbage this actress and character is. She cannot act her way out of a paper bag. She can't act her way out of a dry paper bag. She can't act her way out of a wet paper bag. She can't act her way out of a plastic bag. Matter of fact, I wish a plastic bag was over her head and tied tight around her neck. That's what I wish. That would make this show interesting. If in the end Peacemaker just got sick of her ruining his show, just took a hefty bag, put it over her head, and just suffocated her, that would have been the best ending this show could have. But having the Justice League in the end, with the cameo by Momoa and Ezra Miller, that was pretty cool. That was okay. But again, I was hoping for Batmite. Didn't get it. Didn't even get Batman. They had Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Flash. No Batman. So I wonder. I guess that was probably like a mandate from DC to, you can have everybody else, you can't have him. Peacemaker, how do I rate this episode? Because it was the last episode of the season and I don't have to see any more of this fat slob struggling actress anymore. I'm talking about the chick that plays Amanda Waller's daughter. I give it a 2, which is 2 more dog bones. I have a 0 to 10 dog bone rating. I give it 2 dog bones just because it's the end. And I don't have to suffer through it anymore. John Cena, though, he did his thing. John Cena did his thing. That's the only, shining thing about this. That and that, they got to have some off-color jokes. They got to, say some stuff that I thought in this day and age, and especially with HBO, how liberal, left-wing, sorry-ass they've become. I'm shocked that they had like a lot of the jokes and some of the dialogue in there. So hopefully this will lead to other shows where people can kind of do the same thing but actually do it right. I'm looking at you, Danny McBride. I'm looking at you, Danny. I'm looking at you. We need it. I mean, we got the Righteous Gemstones, but I want more of that raw. Pause. I want more of the Eastbound and Down type of stuff. Vice Principals type of stuff. I want more of that. But yeah, it's over with. Hopefully a good show that I actually like starts soon, like The Boys or something like that. But Peacemaker season finale, 2 dog bones. This is your boy Winston Wolf. I'm out.